Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday and it feels like a Monday because we had the longest bank holiday weekend. It is always, I feel like the Easter bank holiday is really one of the best because we get Good Friday and then we get Easter Monday and it's 4 days. And I truly lived my best life. If you watched the vlogs, oh, it was carnage. I did everything that I always normally do. Horses, gardening, home stuff, it was wondrous. And this week, I actually have some things to do this week. I am going to Classic FM at the movies. I was invited to this last year and I couldn't go. And so when I was invited this year, 1,000,000%, I was like, yes, because you'll know, Carrie and I often go to the Royal Albert Hall for occasions. We just did the Film Music Gala, which we did last year. It was amazing, I loved it. And I've never done anything that is a Classic FM production. And as you'll know, avid Classic FM listener, it wakes me up every single morning. It is my favourite channel to listen to. So I am very much looking forward to this week. My goodness me, how times have changed. I thought I'd show you my outfit as well before we get cracking on the day because we have had the delivery. I told you about this in a previous video and I probably didn't show you it. We've had our first delivery of things for the lower ground renovation. Now it is just the beginning, but it is really setting the tone of how things are going to do. So I want to show you those, but my outfit of the day is very much an English springtime outfit. This is a cashmere jumper from Amazon. I'll link it down below. I just find the best cashmere. In all honesty, like if you want to dress nice, but you don't want to break the bank, follow me. I'm good at this, okay? Because I'm gonna find you really good products that are actually really lovely as well. Now these take quite a while to be delivered. It's a few weeks, but this is like a light boat neck jumper. Don't do what I did and stretch it, okay? Just ignore the fact that I tried to stretch out the neck a little bit and it didn't work. I regret it. I have thought about what I've done and I won't do it again in the future. This is an ivory cashmere boat neck jumper. It is a full length sleeve, but as always, I use my little hair ties to put my sleeves back just because I've always got my hands in something, you know? Whether that's a horse's tummy, a chicken's bottom. I actually don't ever have my hands in a chicken's bottom. In a chicken's cage, sourdough, dough, and the soil. It's probably good to say that I don't do those all at the same time and I do wash my hands in between, okay? I like to have my sleeves back. And then I'm also wearing my linen trousers. Now, I have some other little linen bits to show you from Amazon, from the same shop, and I have to say that you need to be prepared that these are small quantities. There's not loads. There's usually like 3 or 5 of each size. And so if you want them, you've got to be quick, okay? But the bits that I've got were not sold out. So I hope they're nice. I really do hope they're nice. But this is basically my life in springtime. Linen, cashmere, bit of silk sprinkled in there, bit of cotton. Love. Can you tell? I'm in a weird mood today. But anyway, let's go show you what's arrived because I am very excited for this to have arrived. So this is the first item to arrive and it is from Ralph Lauren Home. This is it's almost like a grain sack wallpaper. So we actually picked this for my office and the games room. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough to do both. There was only enough to do my office. I'm not mad about it. I am so excited. So what we're looking at is this on the walls and then really beautiful green wooden cabinetry. And this just really felt like it worked with the rusticness of what we've done already down there. I think this is possibly the most beautiful wallpaper I have ever seen. Obviously, Ralph Lauren Home, it's a bit expensive, but I think when you're working with a fabric like this, it makes all of the difference and adds so much depth and character, which is in this house we can absolutely afford. So yes, I am very excited to say that the first thing has arrived. It's just gonna go in a box downstairs until work starts. And we're still currently finalising a few little bar details. We've almost got there. My goodness me, it makes me realise how nuts I was trying to take on the design of a bar to the standard that I hoped it would be on my own, because this has taken so much work. But hopefully we are nearing the end of that. And in all honesty, we're in no rush. We can just get things started as and when everything is ticked off and we're completely happy with it. So yes. A little bit of an update, but lots of people are like, what's happening down there? At the moment, nothing. Building site, and it's why I don't really show you much down there. Like, I obviously have been running, so I haven't been in the gym much, and yeah, I just haven't been taking you down there because it makes me sad that it's in such disrepair. I was also just giving my seed trays a bit of a sort out. When the weather is like this, look at the weather. Just look at it. Look at this. It is glorious. What a day. And when it's like that, I do need to do some organisation because I need to get my mind right when it comes to my greenhouse. So I've been organising my seeds because if you remember, I had it in a little willow basket and it was, honestly, it just wasn't working for me. And I found these little packet trays on Amazon. They do say packets on one side, so they'd be really good for like a pantry thing. And actually, I have found so many incredible things for like pantry organisation in our next house. Let me tell you, the pantry is going to be another level. Like, honestly, another level. I can't wait to even like get my head into that when we get to it, because like I just know exactly what I would need now. Like, I'd need a double fridge, like one side of it would be a fridge, one side of it would be a freezer, and it would just be stockpiled with so much stuff. But also finding really wonderful and beautiful, you know what I'm like, beautiful storage for things in your pantry. Like there's this decanter where you could put like nuts, so nice. And these would work really well if you want to have like rice packets or noodle packets, like kids bits and bobs for sorting things for lunches, just to have things organised. I am using them for my seeds. So I've got radishes, carrots and parsnips at the back. I've got all of my little salads and leafy greens here. I've got microgreens here, and then I've got herbs here. And then in this one, I've got flowers at the front, tomatoes, courgettes and cucumbers, and then beans at the back. And these are some seeds that I bought the other day, so I'm just going to pop these into their relevant storage areas so that I can use them where necessary. Obviously, I have just baked a fresh sourdough as well, but we're not going to talk about that. Do you know what I mean? Oh, we did a lot of salad. Beetroot. Apparently I'm growing beetroot this year. I'm guessing I'm going to like it if I grow it. So we've got chard, we've got sweet corn, we've got some beans. Flowers. Oh gosh, I did buy a lot of flowers, didn't I? So I thought those were really cute. I also bought myself some muslin cloths, some cheese, I think they call this like a cheesecloth or something like that, for when I make my butter. So this is what you will strain it through and get all of the buttermilk out so that you can use the buttermilk for other things. Ali has been using it for his coffees, and I believe that all of the buttermilk has gone. The buttermilk has left the building. So I ordered those on Amazon as well. So if you're thinking about making your own butter or anything like that, maybe you've done the whole sourdough thing too, and now you want to make your own butter, then you'll need one of those. Now, one of the things I bought, I have very dry lips and I am going to stop licking my lips because it is irritating me and it gives me the ick. On the subject of pantry organisation, one of the things that I need to organise in my kitchen that I haven't got round to is the spice cupboards. Now, I have to say, if you think back, like, it must be 6 years now when we organised those for the first time and got them looking nice. Actually, was it COVID? I think it was just at the very beginning of COVID, and we had to like fashion a shelf like this out of polystyrene, and now you can just buy these things on Amazon. The world has come, that is a big fly. The world has come such a long way. This is also extendable now. I think it will fit in like this, but this is going to be perfect for organising all of my spices. I also just need to have a clear out and a restock of spices. I got one of these to see how it would fit in there, because we have these little cubby holes either side of the kitchen cupboards, and people are always like, what's in there? And I'm like, it's the spice. I also, this is what I love, like whenever I think about gifting something, I always find it on Amazon. And I was thinking about gifting butter to people, and obviously butter, you don't want to put it in anything metal. So I ordered these jars, and these will be a nice size little butter pot to give to people that I can decorate in the way that I like. So I ordered just a few of those just to see how I get on, because I do want to batch make some butter. It's just these things, when I think about like gifting things to people, this is a huge thing that I just like to do it, okay? I also treated myself to this. you'll know I've got the little blue one of this and I love it so much. It sits on the side of the sink and it's a really great way to have all of your toiletries in one place and not in a drawer or a shelf, but it keeps it decluttered. Ali loves it, and my one needs a wash, and so in all honesty I thought I could just, you know, have 2 on rotation or something. It also comes with different things, which I use these for like toiletry packing cubes, but it's the fabric. It gives me all of the Liberty print vibes. It's just a ditzy Laura Ashley, Kath Kitson style that I think it's lovely. And they literally do every single style under the sun, so I'm going to be using that so that I can give my other one a bit of a break and a bit of a wash. And a little hack that I cannot take any credit for whatsoever. One of you lovely ladies told me when I was organising my dressing room about popping bars of soap that you find that are delicious and lovely, like I did. I found the English Soap Company and now I've fallen down a rabbit hole with them. But what this person suggested was putting bars of soap in cupboards that you want things to smell nice in, and I thought, that is genius. So I bought a few bars of soap. These are the ones that I love. My personal favourites are Bluebell and Rosemary and their Jasmine one, I think it is. Honestly, the best, the absolute best. And you pop it in a drawer, just leave it in there and everything smells nice. Well, as you know, I bought a vintage bag, and sometimes with vintage bags, they've been in storage for a while, so they can smell a little bit musty when you receive them. So what I've actually done is popped one of my soap bars in here, and this now smells so lovely that it's almost like when I open it up, it's a little waft of something that I just love. And you can actually store your bags like this as well. So you could pop this in like a liner or something like that. So it doesn't do anything to the inside of your bag, but just makes it smell really nice. And it's honestly transformed how this smells. It didn't smell bad before, it's just a bit old, but it's how you expect with vintage things. So if you want your like knicker drawer to smell lovely, if you want your cashmere drawer to smell lovely, that is a hack that I absolutely loved. And you can buy these soaps on Amazon as well, so I'll link those down below. Now, the final thing that I actually wanted to do this with you today. I've been wanting to try and make my own face mist, and I've been wanting to do it with mint from my garden, because mint has such a lovely like cooling and refreshing effect. And so at the moment I'm trying to find a recipe, but I bought some organic damask rose. This is what I love about Amazon as well. I just buy these things quickly into like making my concoctions. And I've also ordered myself, hold on, wait there. I've also ordered these. Now these also they come with pipettes and they come with little spray bottle lids. I've just got the pipettes in there at the moment. They even come with their little funnels for putting the mixture in. But basically I want to distill the mint leaves from my garden into something really lovely. So this rose water, and I know I could probably make my own rose water at the height of summer, but we're not there yet. So I bought some of this. And do you know what? I'm going to try and search for a recipe now in the hope that we can at least start the process, because I'm imagining that the mint leaves will need to infuse with the water for quite a while. So let's do some research. Well, I think I found quite a simple recipe just by distilling a handful of mint leaves into the rose water. I've also ordered a little bit of witch hazel just to add that like tightening toner effect of a face mist, and that will arrive tomorrow, and so I can just start the process of hello everyone, hello. They are all hanging out together. Henny Penny's looking great, she's not limping anymore, and they're all hanging out together. Earlier, they were all huddled under the tree together, living their best life. Lord Grantham, you are officially part of the pack. This is my mint bed. You've seen it before, but we are going to be utilising what is in here for the face mist, I think. There's a lot in here. I don't have so much elsewhere. You just need to keep picking mint, because otherwise it goes to flower, and that you can just use it in so much, like face mists. I think it is about to rain. Saying goodbye to the blue skies, hello to the grey. So I think what I'm going to do is pop the damask rose water. This is 100% pure water. Oh, my neck. That is very tight. Oh. And I am going to pour it into this jar and just get as many mint leaves in there as well. That's actually not a lot. Oh, it smells so nice. Okay, and I'm just going to pick the leaves off and pop them in, and I'm going to really infuse this for as long as possible to get that rose and mint goodness. And then it looks like I'll probably get through it quite quickly. What I'll do is I'll just leave this with the lid on and the leaves in. I will obviously squish them down into the water just to get all of that infusion. I'm going to leave it for as long as possible. It said like 24 hours, but I'm going to leave it as long as possible. Little bit of apple mint. I think that's enough. I'm just going to really pat that down, and then tomorrow I will add the witch hazel to it. And hopefully we'll have enough for a week of face misting, but I didn't want to get too much of a big bottle in case it didn't work, and also I don't want to waste it. So I'm just gonna give that a bit of a shake. You know, give it a good. But this is how it's looking. Lots of leaves infusing in there. I'm gonna push them back down now that I've given them a good shake. People often say, oh, why don't you pop essential oils in? But I want to try and stay away because I think essential oils can often irritate my skin. And so I just want to utilise what I've got in the garden. Do you know what I mean? I know what I mean. And voila! Good morning, everyone. Oh, by the way, before we go on, I think that you are going to say that my eyes look blue, and I'm very flattered. But it's not my eyes. I wish it was. I have been using, it's when I wear this eyeshadow. This is the Armani Eye Tint 22M. I think I bought this. They might have sent it to me. Although I don't think, no, I don't, I think I bought, do you know what? No, I did, I bought this. I don't have to say ad. I bought this off of the back of this TikToker that I follow. But I also bought the side clips because of her. I'm so terrible at remembering names. But she's really like a kindred spirit, and I'll link her in the description box down below. I'll link her TikTok. She's wonderful, very much got like quite similar style. And I think she did a video about this for like blue eyes or something like that. Anyway, it's this. Even when I opened the camera then I was like, your eyes look very blue, Lydia. Well, it is this. So I'll link this down below as well because that is money well spent, and I know that they're doing like paid partnerships, I think, on this product at the moment. And I think it's always quite useful when you have someone that's not been paid that comes on and goes, no, very good product, very good. Just, you know, support the cause. So absolutely love that. I'm wearing that this evening because I am heading somewhere very exciting. I am heading to the Royal Albert Hall for Classic FM at the movies. This is my favourite hack, by the way. This on my little plastic bristle brush from Mason Pearson, and I just brush it around my hairline, and instantly, look at the difference. You can see all this hair around here, all of like the messiness of the hair, and then look how smart that looks around there. I think it's one of those things that just gives you such a nice finishing touch to a look. So yes, seeing as we're talking about products that we love, by the way, at the moment, I have another product that I would be nothing without it today. I woke up and I looked pale, my eyes were swollen, I've had a bit of a breakout just above my lip, but let's not talk about it. But mostly I just looked grey, and I was like, I need something this morning to just give me a bit of life. And I have been using the Allies of Skin Sunless Tan SPF. This is their newest launch. It basically like combines sunless tanning, but like a gradual builder with SPF. It's not got any kind of tint or colour in it, so you can apply a lot of it, and get the sunscreen protection whilst also building a bit of a golden glow. This is what I have been using, and it's what I was telling you about in a previous video, because sometimes I don't want to wear, well, a lot of the time nowadays, I don't want to wear foundation. I just want to have a bit of a flush to my skin, and I want to be a little bit more like I woke up like this, whilst not always waking up like that. And sometimes I don't wake up like that, and I need a helping hand. And this is so good. I am actually working with this, but not on YouTube. And it's one of those products where I'm like, I didn't realize that this was the SPF that I needed. And this is so good, and it's like subtle, so you're not all of a sudden gonna have like a really, really intense color to your face. That's not what I want. I don't want a tan, I want a glow, and I want a glow that like I don't need to upkeep, if that makes sense. So I could go 2 days of using this and then switch over to a normal SPF and then do another 2 days, and it's just something that you almost alternate but still get that really lovely glow. I have loved this so much, and I owe looking alive to this. I've got foundation on as well today. I'm wearing the Dolce & Gabbana foundation, and it is one of those days where I needed all of the helping hands, but not for my hair. My hair is, this is when I was just saying to my assistant, I was like, I have put so much moisturizing product in my hair, and this is the color, but it's my hair. My hair is so dry and coarse. I don't think I realized how dry and coarse it is until I had this color done, because this is the color I wanted. This like beautiful sun-kissed brown. I just wanted to go like a little shade lighter, and that's exactly what my colorist has done. But my hair, when he's putting all of the nice nourishing products on, I leave, it looks great. When I go home and I'm not putting like these high hydration balms and creams in my hair, it just looks like straw. So now I'm realizing that the color is the color that I want. It's just requiring me to actually give it some hydration, because this is it. This is what I wanted. This like summery spring brunette. Love. Okay, so I'm getting ready for Classic FM at the movies. I'm taking Carrie with me, which I think is going to be a very, very lovely girlie, because we love this kind of thing. I've got my outfit ready, and I am just going to get myself dressed, I think. Was there any... Oh, I've got some linen dresses to try on with you as well, so I might whack those on really quickly, because I need to pack my bag still, and I don't want to be late because it's going to be rush hour. I've also done my nails today, and I've also popped on my Amazon storefront. I've made like a natural nail list so that you can buy everything that I use on my nails, and you don't have to use any kind of polish if you're really going, like, I think I'll eventually get to that, I reckon, where I'm not wearing any polish. Because I love how my nails look. When I see myself like showing a product like this and my nails just look really like delicate, I really like it. And so I think eventually maybe I'll go without any kind of like polish or anything, and I'll just use a buffer and a shine little block. But until that point, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm going to try these linen dresses on with you really quickly because they're from that shop, and I think these are what I wanted. Like, they have one dress that's similar, but this is like a bit different. So we're going to try on. Okay, I was actually worried that they were going to be too big around here, but they actually fit perfectly. They're sort of like a linen shift dress, and this is exactly what I wanted. I think, tell me if I'm wrong, I could maybe go a little bit shorter with it, but that's where I think that this style is a bit better suited to wearing with belts. I think the other one was just a little bit too tailored, whereas this has a nice little kick to it. And so you could wear this with little slides. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. This is my little summer wine walk dress. Moving forward, Caroline Grayson, and of course, I bought it in white as well, because I love this oatmeal. Oatmeal linen is my favourite. I think there is nothing chicer. In fact, there is only one thing chicer. Ooh, is that a wasp? That is a wasp. Is that the bumblebee? Is it a Millen Gordon bee? I can't tell. Could you go outside? Please go outside. Thank you. I think that was a bumblebee, a honeybee, sorry. There is only one thing chicer than oatmeal linen, and that's white linen. Crisp white linen, beautiful. I'm rushing because I want to film my outfit for TikTok, so bear with. Oh my goodness, the white. Now these sell out so quickly, so they don't have loads and loads of sizes in. This is This is gardening. This is in the garden. This is walking to the pub with some little plimsolls on. This is summer. This is absolutely summer in a dress. And do you know what? I was worried that I would need a slip or something underneath, but I don't think I do. This is beautiful, 100% linen. It is such a classic neckline as well. So simple. You could pop a linen shirt over the top of this as well. I love it. Absolutely love it. I really thought these weren't going to fit me, and yet here we are. I am so happy. Little vintage belt. Love. Okay, I really need to get ready now, so you'll see me in my outfit in a sec. Okay, outfit is ready. This is the dress that I'm wearing. It's the Amelia Wickstead dress that I got a few months ago. I had it tailored and sent out. It's quite tight, but now that I've breathed into it, we've got a little bit of rib cage room. I'm wearing an peel cardigan over the top, and obviously I don't have an ivory bag anymore, which I am sad about, but not gonna go on about it. Green Dior bag, green Manolo Blahnik shoes. Oh, I need to put pants on, like proper pants. I'm not wearing a thong under here when I could be so comfortable, but that's what I'm wearing. Well, we've got our little train sodas. I've gone for a little rosé, which I was saying to Carrie that I think the offerings on the smaller bottles are getting very, very good. And Carrie's gone for the Jello. I don't think we liked this last time we had it. Did we? No, I don't think they used to do Prosecco type thing, and that was horrible. But I think I liked this. Oh, okay. It's bubbles, so you know. Yeah, yeah, you're not really choosy. Oh, we're here. Oh, yes. Very, very excited. Come on then. The ladies in green. And blue. We need door 8. Door 8. Oh my gosh, I can't believe when I got the invite last year, I was so sad that I couldn't come. The Grand Tier. Number 40 must be this way. We've arrived. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. Wow. Oh wow, look at the seats. Oh my god. Wow, I don't think we've ever been this close. This is unbelievable. I'm so glad we got here early. We should sit here, yes? You choose. Or do you think here? We might get a better view here. I can't believe we're here. Oh my god. What have we done? What have we done? Oh, I said to Carrie, we need to get there early so that we can put our cardigans on the back of the chairs. And Carrie said, yeah, it's like we're marking our territory. I was like, yeah, this is the girly equivalent of cocking your leg and peeing on a lamppost. So there we go.
Attention, attention, all movie music lovers. This is God.
No, Hans, Mr. Zimmer, you're the voice of God.
Oh, why, thank you. That's quite a review.
No, it's not a review. No, voice of God is what we call the announcements in a gig like this.
Oh, I see. Okay. This is Hans Zimmer with my friend Jonathan, welcoming you all to Classic FM Live at the Movies.
Please give a huge Royal Albert Hall welcome to the Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra, chorus and conductor, Anthony Gabriele.
Good evening, everybody. We are very, very excited to be back here on stage at the Royal Albert Hall. And isn't it just looking magnificent? A very, very warm welcome. Well, indeed, yes. We celebrate this year. It is 25 years since the first Classic FM Live. Yes, can you believe it? I know! Choir seats, the students of the Global Academy. Give us a wave if you're in the Global Academy. How's your first Classic FM Live, Kyra?
It's breathtaking. I can't think of any words to describe it. It's moving. I feel every emotion. I feel what the instruments are trying to make you feel, and I'm a violinist myself, so seeing the violins out on stage, it makes you really emotional, but it's so wonderful to see, and I'm so happy to be here with my friends and staff members.
Give a very warm welcome to the super talented Alexandra Whittingham.
I need a clue.
First word's a colour.
Blue sign.
Blue. Oh, she's gone. You were that slow.
You can't do moving
She
things.
wasn't moving.
That's
She
the
was
first
stood there.
rule of
Fight Club.
First rule of I Spy Club.
She wasn't moving. You've just taken
If she
so long.
can
She has
move,
now
if she
departed
can
on a
move,
train.
If she can move, she is not in the realm of.
It was
I
blue
Spy.
suitcase, okay? Blue.
Doesn't work. Unfortunately, you are forfeit. In fact, I get 2 goes now because you are so terrible at this game. Okay.
It's not me that failed.
I Spy with my little eye. Something beginning with F.
Elevator.
Yes. No.
Floor.
Well done.
Was it actually floor?
Yeah. It's a really big one.
I was running. I love that you're running. It doesn't leave for like 100.
Good morning, everyone. My eyes tell the story of my evening, I think. Goodness me. They are puffy. Very, very puffy. But it's because we had a good evening, that's for sure. That was so wonderful. It was so wonderful to be there and to experience it. I had no idea that Alexander Armstrong was going to be there. He's my favourite presenter. Love, 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 love him. I feel like he's such a chirpy but posh person. I just loved it. And it was just really lovely to meet so many people there as well and chat to so many people. And they played one of my favourite songs from A Room with a View, and it was incredible. I played it. They actually had an opera singer there performing, and it was really, really special. However, we ended up leaving. I think it was supposed to finish at 10. We were going to leave at 9:30, but that would have meant that we were leaving in the interval, and so we didn't leave at 9:30. It ended up finishing at 10:30, which means we missed the last fast train home. And unfortunately, I didn't get home until like 1:30. Because it means that we get like over an hour's train, and then I have to get from the train station back home, and it's one of those things. I have actually been sat in my dressing room researching something, because you'll know over the last few months I have been learning about like my cycle and my hormones, and trying to do as much as possible to like learn what I can learn about my body so that I can actively help it when it has hormone changes, because I have a thing called like PMDD, and it's basically like a real sensitivity to hormone changes. And I noticed yesterday that I had a real change in my skin texture. I had like these little sort of surface spots coming up. I had them coming up on my chest. I've got one there, and it was really, really interesting to my like normal skin texture. And I just noticed a few things, like the night before we were out for dinner and my energy levels just hit the deck and my mood hit the deck, and I was like, what is going on? And I couldn't work it out. And then Carrie asked me a question. She's like, oh, are you due on? I was like, no, like miles off being due on. But I checked my app, my Natural Cycles app, and it told me that it was the day before ovulation. And when I read up about the time before ovulation, there are lots of things that you can do that tell you that you are about to ovulate. Lots of like things that, like, my skin is so weird. My skin is so weird right now. It's so dry, and I just don't understand why. I'm gonna put some of my collagen body mist on, because like I've literally moisturized this morning and my skin is so dry. So anyway, I went online and I read the symptoms of, not symptoms, but like what your body does when it's in that part of like your cycle. And I'd had all of those things, like pains in my, not pains, but like aches in my like stomach area and things like that. And so I was like, okay, I'm definitely there. And I decided to do a bit of research on like how I can mitigate hormonal changes when you're about, I think it's like your luteal phase is like when you when you're ovulating, it's your luteal phase, I think. In fact, let me Google that. Yes, the luteal phase is the part of a woman's menstrual cycle that occurs after ovulation and before the onset of menstruation. So I would imagine, hazard a guess, that I've like done that and having these symptoms. So anyway, I was looking into it and I just came up with some really interesting information. So if you're like me and you're sort of looking into this, I basically Googled how to balance your hormones during that time in a natural way. I think it's very easy for us to go straight to the medicinal, like Western medicine route. And I'm trying not to do so much of that when it comes to my hormones. I'd rather cure it rather than treat it. So it says to support healthy estrogen levels during the luteal phase, focus on a balanced diet rich in nutrients, manage stress, and prioritize sleep and hydration. Well, I definitely haven't been prioritizing hydration when you can literally hear my skin sounds dry. That is awful. And definitely didn't get enough sleep last night, so that's one of those things. But it suggests a few foods which I'm actually going to test drive. So flax and pumpkin seeds rich in phytoestrogens, cruciferous vegetables, I'm going to have to Google what that is, and foods with omega-3 fatty acids. Obviously the same thing applies. Avoid ultra processed foods, excessive sugar, and alcohol. Cruciferous vegetables include foods like kale and cabbage, which contain DIM, a phytonutrient that helps normalize estrogen levels, says Vogue India. Obviously fatty acids is fish and flaxseed and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'll be snacking on some pumpkin seeds around that time of the month and seeing how I get on, and having a varied, try and incorporate more of a varied diet at that time, just because I don't want my skin to break out like this. Like, it was so weird. I was just like looking at myself. I was like, you don't even look like you. I had like, even now, if you look, like the underneath of my eyes is not like, I don't have dark underneaths of my eyes, but yesterday I did. And I was like, where on earth have they come from? I'm more tired today than I was yesterday. How have the darkness gone? You literally like don't look like yourself. So that was very interesting. So I thought I'd tell you about it. I've got acupuncture today, so that'll be a good thing as well to explore that with her. I've also got riding, so I've got a lovely day. I thought I'd tell you about that. I feel like I need to probably come a little bit clean here. I was gonna sort of give myself a few days to just process this, and so just keep going with work. And so I probably seem very, very perky in the last clip, when actually I'm just trying to gloss over something. The reason why my eyes look like this is because I was up until 3 in the morning. Because when I got back from London, Ali had some very, very sad news to deliver to me. It's just one of those things, and it's one of those things that I'm learning about owning chickens, but I have some very sad news. We actually lost Lord Grantham yesterday evening, very suddenly, and I'm very grateful that we have CCTV that covers our entire house. Otherwise we probably wouldn't understand what happened, and we'd probably be really worried. But luckily we have, luckily but also awfully, what it appears to us is that it's just a sudden natural death, unfortunately. And Ali found him when he got back from golf. He looked absolutely just perfect from head to toe, but was just unfortunately no longer with us. From what we understand, this is quite a common thing in chickens, that it can be often quite unexplained, and it's obviously very, very sad, because I feel like we were at this point where we were starting to really like bond. I think it's natural in the early days. It's sort of, you're a bit sort of, gosh, this is new and this, that and the other, but he was really starting to bond with the other girls, and we were really starting to bond with him. For the most thing, I'm sad for him because he was just so young, and also just so lovely. I'm sad for Henny, Penny and Clementine because they are obsessed, or were obsessed with him. He was like their comfort blanket, so they would like hide underneath him and things like that. Obviously, it's a bit different from losing Bluebell. Bluebell I'd had for nearly 2 years, and I very much bonded with her. She was very special. I think everyone was like, Bluebell was one of the favourites. Not that you have favourites, but she was. So it's very sad. Our first cockerel, it wasn't something that we ever set out to have, but he was in need of a home, and we could facilitate that for him. And he had such a lovely life here. We always really do feel so content in the knowledge that we give our animals such lovely lives. Sometimes you just can't help what happens, and nature is nature. But like I said, having the knowledge of seeing what was happening, and it's just some flapping and, you know, and then that was it. Because I think I would forever worry, you know, was it Lumi? Was it the boys? I mean, like I said, he's perfectly intact. So Ali was like, do you think, because Henny, Penny and Clementine were with him and we could see the flapping, and he was like, do you think Henny, Penny and Clementine did it? And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, they love him. They absolutely love him. I mean, like I said, chickens are brutal, but I was going to just sort of give myself a few days to just come to terms with it and understand it and make sense of it. And in all honesty, I'm finding that there are some things in life that it's just nicer to talk about and just be honest with. And I think you've all been on this journey with the chickens with me, and Bluebell, and introducing Gwyneth Paltrow and Snowdrop, and then now with my birthday presents, and it's incredibly sad. And I think I would be painting a picture that isn't accurate if I didn't show the side of having chickens that is quite heartbreaking. And so that's why I look like this, okay? That's why, as much as I had a wonderful night, and bless my husband, he is such a good egg. He waited up. I did wonder why he was still awake, because it's not usually like him. So I did wonder why he was still awake when I got home. And when he came downstairs, and he just said, I'm so sorry that we've lost Lord Grantham. And when he said that, I thought he'd lost him, like in the woods or something. And then I thought he was joking when he said that he died. I genuinely just didn't. I don't know why I thought it was a joke, because I know he's not that way inclined at all. But yeah, it's so sad, so sad. But you know, if you're thinking about starting your chicken journey or your hen journey or whatever it is a heartbreaking thing. I think both Ali and I have been incredibly lucky for the last nearly 2 years to have not had a single problem with our chickens. They have been good as gold, healthy, happy, and wonderful hens. And then in the last few months, it really has been obviously losing Bluebell, Henny Penny breaking her toe, and then now this. It is the nature of the beast. I said to him, you know that you'll be like a certified chicken mum when you stop naming them, because it's just too heartbreaking. But I think Ali and I will always name them, and it will probably get to the point where maybe we don't necessarily always let you know when one of them dies. I mean, that's not because we're trying to gloss over it, it's just because I'm sure you're not going to want to know every time one of our chicken passes away. However, he was such a presence and such new territory for us, it would be wrong of me not to let you know. And I know that some of you will be very sad about it, and I already miss, so weird, I already miss the sound in the mornings. It's such a wonderful noise to wake up to, and just hearing it in the background, I really, really do love it. Again, I don't think it's something that we would like necessarily implement as a step moving forward. It was just because we found the chickens, they needed a home, and we were happy to take him. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you an update on that as well, because it is just one of those things. But yeah, do you know what? I was going to continue vlogging for the rest of the day. Obviously I've got acupuncture and then I've got riding, and I'm just going to not vlog for the rest of the day, and I'm just going to pick my camera back up tomorrow and start a new video and start afresh, because I think that's probably for the best. In all honesty, I'm like, I would just rather give myself a little bit of time to be quiet. And honestly, my acupuncturist is a magician. The last time I saw her, I felt like I had this, like, this is going to sound very airy-fairy, and if you're not into energies and things like that, I felt like I was full of negative energy from like other people that had like infiltrated my wonderful positive world, and she could see it and she could feel it, and she did this thing on me that was like a drain. And honestly, whether it's a placebo or not, I'm not afraid to say that sometimes I don't know whether these things are real, and they might just be in my mind, but as long as it's a positive experience for me, I don't care. And it was so positive, so effective for at least just making me feel like I had got rid of some of that energy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna allow myself to just go, have my session, have a ride on Atlas, not tell her I'm going for a ride, and have a quiet evening on a Friday, because it's probably for the best. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Sorry this was a downer. I'll see you in my next one.